was telling you about this movie, this Nicolas Cage movie that apparently is like the scariest movie of all time. Candy, you saw it?
Yes, I've seen it, and it is not scary at all. It's weird.
Okay, what?
Me and my friends start falling asleep in the movie theater.
Okay, what's the scariest movie to you? What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
The Exorcist.
Oh, that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
Okay, that's interesting.
Or
So it must,
Carrie is better.
it must just be marketing then. Okay. Thanks, Candy. Although
Yeah.
Dutch's friend saw it, and Anyway, thanks, Candy. So, speaking of Dutch, he's 17. His birthday's Thursday. He turns 18.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh,
what a
that's a big
trip.
one.
I know. And like, kind of forgot. So it's like we haven't asked him what he wants to do for his birthday, what he wants. We don't know what he wants. But, he loves shoes. He's a sneakerhead. He loves shoes. And we asked him last week, finally. We was like, hey, so what do you want for your birthday? Or, he's like, oh. So anyway, he's got a basketball tournament in Los Angeles this last weekend. And the coach, Tarek, great guy, amazing coach. Apparently, sent in the group chat, this is where we're staying. It was called the Marriott Suites, is where they were staying in Anaheim. And Blake gets there a day before me, and she gets into the hotel, and it turns out she booked it at the wrong Marriott. She clicked the wrong Marriott, right? She's booked it at the room at the Marriott, walking distance from Disneyland. Right, so I feel like we were the only people at Disneyland that didn't go to Disneyland. Like everyone in the hotel's got Mickey Mouse ears. I mean, picture, everyone is Disneyland, and their hotel is about a quarter mile away, maybe half. It was a little bit. I take that right. I can tell you exactly how far away it is, 0.07, because I walked from their hotel to my hotel, almost a mile. And I was so bummed. And their hotel, the Marriott Suites, like big room, right? The Disney hotel that we were at was tiny little beds, because I think they're trying to shove as many little people as they can in there,
Makes
like little
sense.
kids. Mm-hmm. So my wife and I had to share this little bed, and I was like, I was bleeding onto her side. My body parts were rolling on her. It was just terrible. My fat was everywhere. So she'd go from my bed to Dutch's bed, then come back to my bed. It was so terrible. I wish that we were in another thing, and I was so bothered by that, right? So basketball tournament. Then after the basketball tournament, Peyton, you know this lifestyle. We get out of the basketball game at 9 o'clock at night. Then they want to go get pizza.
Yeah.
So it's 10 o'clock at night. We're eating pizza, right? So I didn't want to deal with that. And everyone could just walk from their hotel to the restaurants, but we were a mile away. So cut to day 3 of being there, which is yesterday. We go to get our car. We're walking into our car, and we have 6 hours to kill before the game. Right? So we have 4 hours to kill before the game. So we're going to go to this Costa Mesa Mall and walk around this mall or something. And as I'm getting in the car, I hear somebody say to one of the valet people, he goes, hey, where's that sneaker convention? And the guy goes, oh, it's right here in the hotel. And I'm like, excuse me? Sneaker? And it turns out, you guys heard of SneakerCon?
Yeah.
SneakerCon, like where it started, was their 15th year anniversary, and it was in our hotel's connected to the Anaheim Convention Center. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen when it comes to tennis shoes.
Yeah, it's
it was
a big deal.
humongous. The line was one of the biggest lines I've ever been in, with tickets for $32. So we went into SneakerCon, and then I texted the coach. The coach was like, we're on our way. So the whole team went, and we were there
wild.
for hours, and sure enough, got a pair of shoes for Dutch for his birthday.
Happy birthday!
And what I'm saying is, if Blake would have made the reservation in the right hotel, we would have known about SneakerCon, and we would have never got Dutch's birthday present.
Look at that. Well, it all works out.
And you negotiate. Like he got the black Travis Scott shoes. That's what he wanted for his birthday. And there's thousands of tennis shoes.
You can haggle?
Hundreds of thousands of tennis. Yeah.
They trade. It's a legit thing. It's really, really cool.
So it's like, how much are these shoes? Guy throws out a price. I'm like, I'll give you 100 less. He's like, 75 less, 50 less. Before you know it, I'm paying more.
Shrewd. That was shrewd.
SneakerCon was
Can
crazy.
you trade like shoes on your feet for shoes like...
And I mean, people don't really want shoes that are off your feet, but they have used and stuff. Like, they put them in really good condition. But a lot of people who are like sneakerheads like that will go in and trade for whatever.
That's what they're doing. They're wheeling the deal and trading. We got Dutch's shoes pretty much about it after I being there an hour. So he would walk around with the black box, and you could tell these people know what kind of shoes are in it by looking at the box.
That's crazy,
right?
too.
So he got offered money everywhere we were going to buy the shoes that he was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
That I feel like makes you so happy you got them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
When
oh,
everyone
people
else
really
wants
want
them?
these, so like,
Yeah.
no, I'm keeping them because everyone else wants them, but I
The
have them.
high demand.
Yeah.
And then get this. So my flight was at 4 o'clock. I was going to come over because, we got to get up early and everything. So I thought I'm going to go home early. And then it turns out that Dutch's game was later, so I didn't want to miss his game. So I moved my flight to go home with Blake and Dutch at 7:30. So I feel it's peace when we moved our flight to come home. And we were leaving out of an airport called John Wayne Airport, right? And I get a text right when my flight's confirmed, and it says, your flight's been moved to midnight. And I'm like, midnight? I said, like, I can't go midnight. That's no sleep, right? So that's on American Airlines. So we switched from American Airlines to Southwest Airlines. There's a 6:30 flight. 6:30 flight's perfect. So as we're pulling into the basketball game, I get a note from Southwest. Your flight's been pushed back to 11 p.m.
Oh my gosh. No.
So now I'm like, stupid John Wayne Airport, right?
I would cry.
Never been to John Wayne Airport, never heard of it before. Why am I going out of John Wayne Airport? So I start looking, and I know this Burbank Airport, that's an hour away. LAX is 35 minutes away. So I'm on the phone, Blake's on the phone, and then turns out there's another airport. There's the Long Beach Airport.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 7 minutes away. Southwest flies out of there, and there's a 6:30 flight. Boom, we get on it, and we're fine.
Woo!
Isn't that weird? There's so many airports.
So many airports
All
within so close to each
Yeah,
other.
So crazy, you guys.
You made it. It all worked out.
But the Long Beach Airport, if you guys ever get a chance,
I've never heard of it.
I felt like I was on vacation. I felt like I was like in Mexico on the beach somewhere. It was just a totally different vibe of an airport. It's like everyone there is so happy that that airport exists. It's simple. You pull up, you get in. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's not
like
like all
that.
these. Yeah, it was great. Anyway,